Sri Lanka since the 1950s has been maintaining a non-aligned foreign policy, where Sri Lanka strives to maintain and build relationships across countries all over the world, addressing global issues and also fostering economic activity. 20th of August 2024 marks a very significant milestone in our diplomatic policies and the diplomatic activity, where Sri Lanka and Lithuania celebrates 28 years of diplomatic relations. This milestone becomes that much special as we, Sri Lanka, welcomes the new Lithuanian ambassador to Sri Lanka as well. Welcome to the exclusive interview on Supreme with the new Lithuanian ambassador to Sri Lanka, Her Excellency Diana Mickevičienė. Your Excellency, Ayubowan.
Ayubowan.
This is the traditional Sri Lankan way of greeting, where one wishes long life to another. And welcome to Sri Lanka, this being your first visit. And so, first and foremost, congratulations on your presenting of your credentials on this significant milestone, as we, the two countries, Lithuania and Sri Lanka, celebrates 28 years of diplomatic relations. And given the current state of relations between our countries, what are the key areas that you see as potential for further cooperation?
First of all, Bahama Stuti for a very warm welcome. I'm indeed blessed to be the third ambassador of Lithuania to the beautiful Sri Lanka. The country have just started experiencing and exploring, and I have to say I fell in love with Sri Lanka. It's my third day and I have seen Kandy already. I had seen the Sarapera Hera final, biggest pageant, and well, I will be very honored and very happy to contribute in whichever way to give my energy and initiatives so that we foster our relationships further. Then on your question of what are the ways, of course there are several areas where we have already started cooperation, and I will be building up on whatever has already been done. First of all, I think it's political dialogue between the governments of Lithuania and Sri Lanka. We are both two small countries in a turbulent world, and I have noticed that small countries understand each other much better than with the big ones. So of course we will strive to have this dialogue. We'll have we'll come forward with ideas to sit down and to explain our positions, to understand each other better, to cooperate in international organizations where decisions are made for the benefit of the whole world. Second area, of course, is economic relations, and much has already happened in this area. We are the country which is famous for ICT industry. Several sectors that we have are of world class, and we have achieved it recently. So, you know, the people, the generation that was transforming Lithuania are still there, are still around. So what we do with friendly countries like Sri Lanka, we always offer to share our experience in how we have achieved a fully e-government, enabled economy, what it gives, what benefit it brings to the citizens, to the government. We have already started. 2 years ago we have had several seminars with your industries on various ICT solutions that have been developed in Lithuania and might be of use to Sri Lanka. Fintech is another area. We are European capital of fintech. We have already started talking to the central bank here to see how we can share that experience, and also involve experiences and solutions of your country, because your country has been also through a lot. So you have a unique experience also in dealing with, crisis on several levels. We have some companies which are already successfully starting their work in Lithuania, in Sri Lanka, in robotics, in networks, various other solutions which I think, the solution that might have been developed thousands of miles away can be very well applicable here. But also I've noticed that you have bright IT people who can contribute to taking them forward. So ICT and technologies will probably be the number one area of cooperation in the economics, apart from the traditional trade, which I think is happening and we will be happening. And we have also been speaking to your people in tourism, in tea industry. This is what Sri Lanka is already known for. So of course you have been promoting yourselves in our country. We are doing the same. We're very compatible. We don't compete actually. What you offer, we in the north really long for more, long dark months. We love to come to sunny places. So I think I will also be acting on behalf of Sri Lanka to tell people I know that it's such a beautiful country. It's such a paradise for travelers that, I'm sure we will also increase on that. And the third area, of course, is culture and education. And third doesn't mean that it's the last one. It's equally important because it actually advances other areas, mutual understanding and dialogue, but also economic relations. So, we have Sri Lankan students who are coming to study. In Lithuania, we have to also advance cultural connections to know each other better. I know there is a violin player, for example, in Lithuania who have been teaching violin in Sri Lanka. So there is a group of musicians who have been working with her. So hopefully sometime building up on the 28 years of achievements for the 30th anniversary, we'll probably be able to have a very nice joint concert.
Mm-hmm. So as the new ambassador, what would be your priorities, Your Excellency? Especially, are there any specific initiatives that you plan to introduce, given almost 3 decades of relationship between the two countries?
Yes, especially I think I will, intensify our ICT dialogue. Because this is, while we have already started and this has been going on, but the world doesn't stand in the place. And I think, with every month as we speak, new solutions are needed, new solutions are being created. So I think it would be very good if we could join forces in developing something that is neither purely Lithuanian nor Sri Lankan, but a joint initiative that would work beautifully here and in other countries also.
Your Excellency, as you mentioned, Lithuania is known for its technological advancement and innovation. Now, how do you see these sectors contributing towards the development of bilateral trade and also economic relationships with Sri Lanka as we celebrate 28 years of diplomatic relationships?
Well, of course they contribute because ultimately everything, if you bring down every exchange we have, is either trade or trade in goods or services or exchanges in people. So of course it contributes, but I think what is the most important thing is how it contributes to the welfare of a country. I have not mentioned the green technologies, but every smart solution, every ICT-enabled solution actually means more sustainable future, less pollution, more control in unnecessary chemicals, saving water, saving electricity. So I think this is much more than just trade figures, but actually it contributes to building a better life for the people.
Well, let me ask you another question. You mentioned about culture. So cultural exchange has always played a very significant role in developing or building people-to-people relationships between the two countries. Any specific initiatives that you would have on cultural or educational programs that you would like to implement during your tenure?
Definitely to bring more Lithuanian culture. And of course to encourage Sri Lanka to have more Sri Lankan culture, which of course some Lithuanian people have been, many in fact tourists have been and know, but still I think we have not had so much of that. Specifically, I think it's very interesting to research our historical connections, which has not been really done before. And I have been really very interested in history. I really believe that history teaches us things, and we have to be very carefully studying history. And what we share with Sri Lanka is a history of occupation and foreign domination, you know. So this is one more factor which I think makes us understand each other better. So maybe we should, you know, look at, you know, telling our historical story to each other, like translating our histories and making them known in each other's country. Linguistically, I think we can also foster. We have good Asian studies in Lithuania, so we might. But then, you know, they also focus on usually the biggest developments, like Indian studies and so on. So I've also been trying to say that South Asian studies do not really finish at India studies. We have to also, you know, study other no less significant components of that South Asian and Asian mosaic. So let us see what it brings it, but we have a couple of ideas which we will, I hope, to crystallize before 30th anniversary of diplomatic relations. So I have 2 years to deliver.
Well, Your Excellency, currently there is a major issue with the issuance of Lithuanian visa due to the closure of the VFS office. Are there any measures that you would like to put in place to make this issue, to make this sort of a smoother transition between the two countries, enabling the issuance of visa?
Yes, I'm aware of this problem, and the decision to close it was taken because it was, in fact, grossly manipulated by human trafficking, forces, where the legitimate travelers ultimately were not able to apply, and all the vacancies, slots were taken by, I'm afraid, those who were not really genuine travelers. Well, of course, it is still, we are back to a situation where Sri Lankan nationals can apply at other embassies and other VFS centers in the neighboring countries. Well, but I'm very much aware that it's not an ideal solution. Well, in Lithuania, we also do not have so many embassies, so we face same issues like that. So I think it's very important to have this dialogue on illegal migration and the threats and challenges that it produces, and ultimately the real travelers, the real students always suffer when you have to take these measures looking for solutions. So at the moment we are analyzing situation, looking how we can renew or how we can find other ways to facilitate this.
Finally, Your Excellency, how do you envision Lithuania's role in Sri Lanka's development efforts, especially in the areas such as education, renewable energy, sustainable development, as we look towards our future of our bilateral relationship?
Well, it actually relates to what I have spoken about, the ICT-enabled solutions. Because every solution that is applied locally, that makes it simple, transparent, and straightforward, economizes and saves the resources needed elsewhere. Therefore, my aim would be to find which are the applications or partnerships between Sri Lankan and Lithuanian companies that could help Sri Lanka in solving the challenges that you have mentioned, but they would also help us to work together. As I said, we need IT force, we need good brains, to develop these solutions and to make them more perfect, to advance them with each passing day. So let us see. I have a couple of ideas that I will be willing to discuss with the ministries after, of course, I'll have to come again after I'm fully in charge now with having submitted my credentials. But they would normally concern, ICT and smart solutions for green, sustainable, efficient management of resources. And finally, I would also specifically mention cybersecurity, where we have developed specific excellent expertise. We are number 6 in the world for cybersecurity, and I think this is the area where unfortunate developments and malign activities really disrupt the developments in various countries. So our experts, in fact, worked in the neighborhood quite a lot. The national cybersecurity centers in Bhutan and Bangladesh have been developed by Lithuanians, even though it's not really very widely spoken. But I'm very proud to say that they are very vigorously exploring the area, and our solution seems to match. To recommend countries how to protect the systems, the government, but also the public sector and the private sector from all activities, because ultimately if the systems crash, all other activities will be disrupted. So we will be also happy to discuss with your government on how we can work together in cybersecurity.
Well, that was the new Lithuanian ambassador to Sri Lanka, Her Excellency Diana Mickevičienė, having a chat with us exclusively on Supreme about her new role in Sri Lanka and what plans she's got for the next couple of years as we mark this significant milestone of 28 years and look forward for the future. Your Excellency, on behalf of Supreme, let me wish you all the very best in executing your duties in your new office, and hope that you will have a pleasant stay in Sri Lanka and contribute towards the development of Sri Lanka as well, and strengthen the ties between Lithuania and Sri Lanka further and further. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.